Hello all you warlords out there, I am Rodge, your host for SAGA Thursday, your weekly journey into the SAGA miniatures game universe. Today we're asking one simple question: why do you play the game of SAGA? If you are a newbie, hopefully this video will provide a good resource for you and some compelling reasons on why you might want to check the game out. If you are a veteran, please watch and post below with your own reasons for playing the game of SAGA. I'm sure there's different reasons for everybody out there. It's a very unique game, and hopefully we can get some good discussion going and create a good resource out there for all the people who are on the sidelines for the game of SAGA. So we're going to hear from me and a couple friends of the show who've helped out with the battle board reviews in the past. Now this video, it's a little bit light on the SAGA content, I would say, but I'm working on something very cool. We can check out a few picks here, but next week we're going to have a thematic battle report, so I'm really excited about that. The first run of the Byzantines. Yet another Byzantine emperor has fallen, and it's come to the Varangian Guard to choose the successor. Whoever controls the young royal princess will control the fate of the Byzantine Empire. So I will have that battle report for you next Thursday. But to continue our discussion today about why I play the game of SAGA, well, I'm going to try to boil it down to just one key item. Obviously, I'm into the hobby and all aspects of the game, from painting, going to events, running events, but it comes down to the rule set. And in particular, if I have to point out one thing, I think it's the resource allocation mechanic of the game of SAGA, which comes down to the battle board and the SAGA dice, and you roll them and you don't know what you're going to be able to do from turn to turn, and it's like you're solving a puzzle each turn. It changes, the field changes, what you can do with your board changes, and it's always solving that puzzle every turn, trying to figure out what you can do that is the best option for you that turn, given the randomness of the dice and the circumstances on the board. And once you play a game like that, going back to a game where everybody can just move once seems crazy and boring and not interesting to me at all. So the nuance of the SAGA resource allocation mechanic, that for me is the number one draw for SAGA. There's nothing, there's a couple games similar, but I think there's nothing else like it. Once you try it, you're going to be hooked. So I could go on about a myriad of other reasons, but I think that has to be my number one reason, the elegance of that resource allocation SAGA dice mechanic. So that is my main reason for playing SAGA. But why don't we hear from some friends of the show? I've got the Silver Fox, and then we're going to talk to Eric Hagen, who is the organizer for the Adepticon Grand Melees. And we're going to hear what they have to say about why they play SAGA. So we're going to listen to them, and then after hearing that, if you do play SAGA, please post below with your thoughts on why you play this wonderful game of SAGA.
I play SAGA because it lets me field my little Vikings. I find that some of the other game systems out there, I mean, they could allow, you probably could make up some rules with some of the other, especially now, I think AOS would work really well for some kind of AOS Dark Ages, but I like it because it's one of the best eras, for men holding swords and axes and shields and just going at each other and fighting. Also, I really like the battle board. It's so different from the other ways of gaming. You don't build a list. You have to react to the moment. You have to have a plan right then and there. Kind of like the Dark Ages were. And you can't just be, I'm going to make this awesome map, if you will, of how this game's going to go. No, if the dice gods are fickle and don't give you anything that you need, you could be screwed. And now you should rely on averages a little bit with this game because they do come out. But I really like the aspect that you got to come up with your way of winning the scenario with each turn, cumulatively as they move on. The other thing about it that's really nice is just the size. I love a 3x4 table. That's literally a coffee table. have a friend over. I mean, it's just so easy to game. I find myself still standing. I'm kind of an old school gamer like that. Like I'll start sitting down. All the time I'm standing up. I'm like, why am I standing up? It's not a big table, but I do it anyways because I'm excited. It's not too messy. There's a couple chits, obviously, with fatigue, so you kind of got some stuff to put on the board next to your guys. But really, it's a pretty clean game. The dice are simple, so for me, that whole package of an easy game, a fun battle board, being able to see these these Vikings and Normans and all these figures from the Dark Ages fight each other, and also the Knights and Crusaders is really cool. I mean, who love a bunch of knights, that's just fun to see that stuff, and the game works well for that. For what it is a squad-based game, so it's just fun. It's simple to move the guys around, and you can definitely tell a story with it. And for the most part, they interact pretty well with the scenery and the terrain. Seems to work out pretty well. Now, as you know, with everything else and every other game out there, it's very easy to buy stuff to get you going. Getting buildings, and the book even helps you tell you what sizes you should make for your terrain and how to interact with it. And again, this is all it's very well scripted, if you will. It's everything makes sense. And I think the biggest takeaway from Saga, and I think other people might agree with this, is that I hardly ever find myself opening up the book going, I gotta find this rule.
Yeah, I can agree with that. You hardly ever have to peel that thing open.
No, very, very
almost never, yeah.
Well, I'm trying out a new priest today. Better open up the priest page. The advisor. So that to me is really, really, really nice. That's it's not a small book. There are definitely a good amount of pages of rules to it, but once you played some games, it's easy. So, yeah, it's a very clean game. So that's it's mostly though, anyway, blah blah blah. It's mostly because I get to feel my little man that
Why do I play Saga?
Yeah.
Well, I love Saga because of the game mechanics. I think rolling up the dice and then allocating resources is it's a fun twist on wargaming. I play Saga because some of my best friends play Saga, and we think that the Dark Ages are a really fun time period, and we're really into the history and theme, and putting together game boards that look awesome, and that sort of stuff. And and then it gives us an excuse to drink beer and whiskey. So
yeah, absolutely. Saga.